Let's have a look at this question. The table below shows the number of new private cars sold in 2023 to the nearest 100, broken down by fuel type. It also shows the percentage of these cars that were of each fuel type, correct, to two decimal places, and the size of the angle that would represent each fuel type in a pie chart. Okay, lots of kind of information. Let's have a look at numbers so that we can understand. So here we have number of cars, 38,700, and fuel type was petrol. Then we have 25,900, that was diesel, and so on. Okay, we get that. Then the next one is percentage of new cars. So what does that mean? It is 32.96% of new cars. So the new cars, that's how many percent it was. And then for our pie chart, because this in the preparation for the pie chart, this is the angle we're going to get. Okay, so what do we need to do? We have to complete the table above by working out the two missing percentages for diesel and the hybrid and the size of the two missing angles for diesel and fully electrical. Give each percentage correct to two decimal place and give the size of each angle correct to the nearest degree. Okay, so we have to basically fill in the table. So how are we filling the table? How are we finding percentage of new cars that were diesel? So when we are talking percentage, we are talking about fraction. So don't forget, at the bottom of the fraction, I have the whole cake. On top, I have my slice. In the context of this question, we are talking about cars, isn't it? So what is the whole cakes? It's all the cars, all of them. Now, I am looking at very particular slice, diesel. So that's how we're going to calculate that. So all cars is 117,400, and the diesel, the slice I'm looking for is 25,900. When we put that in the calculator, we get decimal, isn't it? And to change decimal to percentage, we either multiply by 100 or we move decimal two places. And the condition here is that percentage to decimal. So that means I'm going to have 22.06%. Okay, then the next one, the hybrid, the same idea. All cars at the bottom, 117,400. And then the hybrid, we had 30,300. And again, we put that in the calculator, we get a decimal 0.25809. Then we move that decimal two places, and to two decimal, we get what? 25.81. Why 81? Because if I'm cutting off 9, a number 5 and bigger, I have to add up 1 here, round up. So we have that part. Now the next thing, we have to work out the chart, the angle for the pie chart. Now pie chart is what? A circle, isn't it? So if I'm looking for how big the angle, and we measure angle in degrees, the whole pie have how many degrees? 360. So out of 360 degrees, I'm looking for, in this case, 22.06%. So how do we find a percent of a number? We multiply. So 360 multiplied by 0.22.06, we put that in the calculator, and when it comes to the angle, we have to give it to the nearest degree. So that should give me 79 degrees. Then the same thing for the next one. We take 360 and we multiply by the percentage, 0.1917. Again, we put that in the calculator, and to nearest degree, 69 degrees. Okay, so we have all of them. Next part is a pie chart, so let's get that. So here we have, that's the pie chart. Now, in order to get the angle, we need to have a protractor to measure our angle. Okay, let's maybe make that a little bit smaller. Now, so we have here petrol already marked. So what's the next one we going to mark? So that's 119, 79, almost 80. So we take that. Now, this becomes a 0 point for us. Oh, yes, there it is. I can move you now. Okay. So we have to make sure that the center is in the center, and that's going to be a bit difficult with the equipment I'm having, and my 0 is aligned with 0. That's basically what, let me maybe make it slightly bigger, and therefore it will be easier to move. Okay, and what angle? 79, isn't it? So don't forget, not from 170, from 0 point, we are counting 79, so that's where it is. You can see my dot is extremely tiny, and it's going to be here. And then we label, we are saying that that 79, that was what? Diesel, and the angle here is 79. Next on our list, we have fully electric, 69. So again, now we have a new 0 place. Up here. Oh, where am I moving you? No. My apologies, a little bit here. There it is. So again, middle has to be in the middle, and that has to be aligned. Yeah, so this time 69, that's what we measure. Again, don't forget from 0, 69. So that's exactly where 69 is. And again, we join, and then we label that. So that is fully electric. And the angle here is 69. Then the next angle we are looking for is what? Hybrid, and that is 93. Now, do I have to do that? No, because that's my last angle. That's my 93, the remaining angle, and that is hybrid. And that's how we do our pie chart.